Welcome to our channel. We are so happy you decided to stop in. This channel, Inland Coastal Boat Life, we hope to and have all sorts of big dreams for it. We have already had a channel by the name of Sailing Shy Lady from some number of years ago, and we are rebranding it with new adventures in mind. We have a Ranger Tug R25 Classic. That is the model of boat that emphasizes slightly larger cabin for its size. And we have plans of traveling from river to river and lake to lake across the US. We will not be just focusing on Instagram hotspots, but our preference in boating is to go to remote and difficult to reach places and enjoy nature. We have plans of trying to have a channel that focuses more on slow cruising. The emphasis is going to be more on nature sounds, water, wildlife, and not so much focused on music per se. We want that to be in the background and this to be a calm, enjoying, immersive experience as much as we can make it. We will want to always welcome your feedback. We have watched sailing channels for 15 or so years, and we have been involved in boating for over 20 years and have owned somewhere around 20 boats, depending on what classifies as a boat or not. 5 days ago, I quit my job working for a corporation as a registered nurse, insurance company, as a case manager. I have been a nurse since 2019, and I woke up one morning and had a challenging day and realized that I had somewhat hit a wall. Some people would call burnout, compassion fatigue. There's quite a bit of emphasis on labeling things, but I felt like I could not continue on and had to look for an alternative way of life.
Yeah, Bruce has always been a go-getter and does things at full speed. And so I kind of did see it coming that he would burn himself out, but I was surprised by this because of the timing. We weren't prepared for it to happen quite yet. We have 3 children two are married. We have 2 grandbabies and a daughter away in Germany right now. And so I thought we would do the conventional lifestyle of living in a house for another 5 to 10 years. So to do this right now feels sudden, and I don't know what the word is, kind of a big deal.
This was not planned or scheduled. This is not how I planned for things to go either.
But yeah, we have boated in the past. We've had a lot of boating is kind of in our blood, something we've always wanted to do. Maybe full time eventually, but not quite yet. So we're kind of caught a little bit in limbo. Like, we have the boat kind of taken apart right now, working on the engine. And so there's a lot to be done in the next little while as we try to decide what's next. And so Bruce has a lot of projects he's working on for that. And yeah.
We want to go river to river, lake to lake, and cover as much as possible. We have an interest in doing America's Great Loop and working that way. And then ultimately, we would like to do maybe an Alaska adventure. I would have had an interest in crossing oceans like many sailing channels do. Mm-hmm. And that is not something that my wife dreams of doing. I think that most sailing channels spend a very small portion of their time actually crossing oceans and spend most of their time coastal and close to land, which is where we plan to do all of our cruising. But we do plan to go pretty much the dream would be to cover as much of North America as we can. So this is something very new for us to sit down in front of a camera, very inexperienced with electronics, and find it amazing how our children can pick up and do things very, what appears to be effortless. But I think being comfortable in front of a camera is quite challenging for many and will be something we have to work on. We do not want to be a faceless channel,
I do.
but
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, so
I've had to learn new stuff frequently throughout the years. I've had quite a few different occupations. And so, yeah, this is going to be a huge learning journey to learn how to do YouTube. And so we do invite your feedback on ways that you enjoy. I always enjoy when there is raw, unedited footage from boating that shows the sounds of nature, the wind. Well, maybe not so much the wind, but the sound of the water against the boat and the waves crashing on the shore.
we need to slow down and experience slow living.
Yeah. Slow boat life living.
Yeah. And that would mean also be that we need to minimize what we think is normal for living.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we are going to need to sell our house is what we are thinking. So everything has this, like I say, was not really how we planned on doing it. So we are going to try to take you along on the journey as we try to get rid of stuff, including our house. We do have a off-grid property in Arizona that may become our new home base. We currently live 8 miles from Idaho into Washington in an area very close to Diamond Lake, Washington. And the closest town would be Newport, Washington.
So we have been married 29 years. So we have 29 years worth of life to sort through and to decide what we keep for a container home, possibly in Arizona, and what goes on the boat and what is gotten rid of completely. So yeah, that's going to require a little bit of brain work and thinking together and hopefully not too much fighting about what we keep, what we prioritize, and like how we move forward.
We do plan to spend the majority of the time living on and from this boat. This is a 25-foot boat, 25 foot being the hull length. And so it is very small. We would like to be as comfortable as possible in that space. And I think we have some maybe interesting things to promote as off-grid living as possible. We have some lithium batteries, an inverter, portable air conditioning unit. Think van life put into boat life. And that is what we are hoping to do. We feel like compared to a van, this is a comfortable size space for two, but it is very snug.
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that. Her name is Snug Tug. And Bruce, where'd we find her? Anacortes?
Anacortes, Washington is where we bought this boat. And we liked the name, so we kept it.
Yeah, so we bought her a year ago, and last season we went out on the nearby lakes and rivers and just got to know her, and we love her very much. And so now we're getting her prepared for, should we talk about our plans? We want to go on the Great America's Great Loop here. We don't know when, but soon. So we need to get her ready for that kind of travel and living. So that's kind of a goal we have too.
This is the first week of March. And so one of the things with boat life, when you live in a place that has pretty aggressive winter, boat life in the winter involves having to put it away. and I have a lot of maintenance projects. When we bought the boat, the engine was very rusty from salt spray in the engine compartment. And currently that our diesel motor is out of the boat, and I have already sandblasted and painted most of the bolt-on accessories to that engine, and I plan on showing the sandblasting process of the actual engine block that is left. And I will, of course, be showing the condition of that in a future episode.
Yeah, when he took the engine out of the boat, the engine mounts fell off. Basically, there was no engine mount. So I'm not sure how we did last season with that, but we did it, and we had fun doing it. So
yeah, I feel like some maintenance maybe is not crucial, but I'm always very, very disappointed to see a boat that is neglected. This boat, in my opinion, when we bought it, I don't feel like it was abused, but I feel like maintenance was deferred. The engine motor mounts may have been original, and
really,
those best practice is to change motor mounts every 4 or 5 years would be very good. When we lifted the motor out of this boat, 3 of the engine motor mounts fell off by gravity, and the last engine motor mount, I was able to pull it apart with 2 fingers. That was the only thing other than the prop shaft holding it in our engine bay, which I am very grateful that no more damage was done and that there wasn't a catastrophe. Some of those things are pretty crucial. Keeping water out of the boat, keeping your motor from flopping around in the engine bay. Of course, I think it's also good to polish and take care of your boat cosmetically, but some things are pretty crucial for safety. And
how old is this boat?
So this is a 2007 Ranger Tug.
Okay.
And so it is around 18 years old. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of life and that it can be somewhat restored. We have a lot of plans and projects on how we think we can upgrade her and make her better. We hope to get a very good off-grid boat.
So we want to fix the bathroom a little bit so we have a place we can, like the shower is okay, but the bathroom itself is full of some kind of weird fabric and wooden cabinets. We want to make so it's waterproof more.
So we do plan on doing quite a bit of maintenance and upgrades, especially over the next month or two until warmer weather when we can start cruising. We will likely prioritize our maintenance projects into what is necessary and then move along throughout time, continuing to do projects and improvements that we would like to do in between boat trips. So right now we are actually sitting in our driveway in our boat. We think aesthetically we enjoy being in our boat. And so if when we are not watching YouTube videos of other people boating, we can always come out and sit in our boat.
You can come pretend.
And pretend that we're out on the water, anxiously awaiting spring when we can get out again.
Well, it is awfully cozy in here. It's so sweet.
We do hope to travel and be north in the summertime and south in the wintertime. And our plans are to continue boating as much as we possibly can. Hi, my name is Bruce.
And I'm Shyla.
And we hope that this appears as scripted as we are trying to not make it scripted.
Okay, better try that again. I don't think that's funny at all.